I worked for a YTS scheme in 1978. It was Swindon Work Opportunity Programme, SWOP. And we had about 60 YTS teenagers, tradies, 9 members of staff. I was interviewed by a retired squadron leader and also the person in charge of Thames Down Voluntary Service Council, who were an umbrella organisation that had about 160 different charities under its control. Also involved was the local council, so I had lots of dealings with the financial director of Thames Down Council. And also it was all paid by Manpower Service Commission, MSC. They paid all our salaries and all the trainees' allowances. One day, while I was administrator, second in charge, I had a full-time secretary and 3-4 trainees under my control. One was a very nice lad called Malcolm. He had Down syndrome, and I interviewed him with his mum and dad present and gave him his first and only job I think he had. He enjoyed working there. He used to tell me off if I made a cup of coffee. He said, "It's my job." So "Okay, Malcolm, it's your job." And one day my 17-year-old secretary, YCS girl, she complained that one of the adult members of staff, who was about 10 years older than me, had smacked her behind. Well, you can't do that. So I called this man, who was about 10 years older than me, into my office, and I told him off. I said, "You can't do that." I didn't take it any further. That was enough for me. He said he wouldn't do it again. I had my say. He didn't show any fight in him. He accepted what he did was wrong, and he went, and that was it. I've had parties with him. I've been to leisure centres with this man. I've had staff meetings every Friday afternoon, and I'll probably see him most days. I only discovered later on that for some years before he worked with me in this organisation, working for the government, dealing with children, which you can't find any evidence of that anywhere, which is a kind of conspiracy. And after I left this organisation, and after he left, he'd been killing people before and after. His name is Fred West. It's quite interesting that I tell us Fred West one-to-one in my office, in Milton Road in Swindon, to a serial killer. I'm lucky. I mean, I've been to parties privately with members of staff, and I socialised with them to a certain extent. Never thought that he did that. Anyway, goodbye.